We're live. I've been getting a shocking amount of feedback for these lives, not just live while I actually do it. I've had people reach out who have rewatched these on Instagram and have told me that they've actually watched them the whole way through. And I do these for about 20 minutes, sometimes 30, 40 minutes each night. And we've got actually someone on YouTube tonight. Scott, hello, welcome. I don't normally get many people on YouTube, normally it's Instagram and TikTok, but thank you everyone for who's been listening to these. Thank you everyone who's been supporting. I do these lives for one reason, and that's to help people and provide as much value as I possibly can. So I'm going to continue doing them until you guys get completely bored of me. Today, we are going to be talking about the 5 dials of self growth. And you're probably like, what Nuna? What Nuna is this guy talking about? I'm just going to get straight into it. It's the reasons that you will change. It is the things that are going to change you to be the person that you want to be. So we'll cut right into it. We'll go straight to it, the fifth base. The first thing you need to look into is your why. And your why, it's the reason that you start in the first place. I know it's very easy to, I know most of you know about that, but without this, you're going to be playing darts blind. And it's the same. The reason you go to work is because there's something behind it. You get paid. You wouldn't go to work if you weren't getting paid. The reason you go to the gym is because you feel good and you get gains. So the same goes with anything. You need a strong why. If you do not have a strong why, you're not going to do it and you're not going to start pushing forward. So your why has to be huge. Your why, I also call it your mission. It has to be bigger than anything else that comes your way. And the strongest whys, the strongest missions are always going to serve two different things. It's going to serve number one, you, because if it's not serving you, of course, you're going to lose a lot of motivation to actually do it. But you can't only do it to serve you, because that will lead you to just a dark path, a selfish path, and you will just get sick of it. Number two, it also has to serve other people. So partially you, partially other people, that is the best way to have a mission. So do you have a mission that is serving you and someone else? If you want to upload on social media, are you serving you? Are you enjoying it? Like when I upload my content, I actually enjoy it. I think it's very, very fun to do. I find them entertaining. I find it very fulfilling. It's almost like a passion of mine. But at the same time, it's also helping out other people, and other people find them enjoyable. So that's when a great mission comes up, and that's when big things happen. Whenever you have a why that's so strong that it serves both you and it serves other people. So look into your why. If you're not moving forward with something, it's because your why isn't strong enough. Your mission isn't strong enough. Of course, you're not going to get out of bed when you're tired and the room's cold in the winter if you don't have a big enough reason to get out in the first place. So first and foremost, look at your why. Number two is your health. And your health can be so many different things, but we're not going to talk on it for too long. But it's going to be made up of your sleep, your diet, your training, how you feel, your energy, all of that. And without health, nothing matters. No one wants to be a fat billionaire or a fat millionaire or someone who has it all on paper, but they're still not happy within themselves because they don't like how they feel. They don't like how they look. They're ashamed of how they look. They're ashamed of the habits and the behaviors that they've taken in. They're ashamed of all the promises that they've broke with themselves. And because of that, they don't have the trust in themselves. So your health is so important. Number one is your why. Number two is your health. Number three is your agency. And what is agency? It is the power to act independently, to make intentional choices towards where you want to go. And people who have agency, they have control over their own life, and they take action on the regular for themselves. They don't need handheld. Someone who needs handheld through the whole process of anything has no agency. You want to be someone who is agentic, who can do things with minimal instructions and still moves forward, who just shows up, who tries, who feels. You're going to fail. Someone who has agency, someone who is agentic, they feel. They don't avoid failure, because the only way you learn is if you don't avoid failure. The people who don't move forward are the people that are too afraid of looking embarrassed, of being ashamed, of looking stupid. but no one fucking remembers anyway. And if you don't act, if you just think, what happens? Nothing happens. You stay the exact same. So, as humans, we think too much and we act too little. What would happen if we actually just acted a bit more? We learned off the action. We thought after we acted, and we went from there. So, number one is your why. Number two is your health. Number three is your agency. Number four is your self talk. So, this is the story that you tell yourself every single day. And without inner support, you're going to sabotage yourself. That doesn't mean you need to manifest something. I'm not a big fan of manifestation. As I said, just because you manifest something, it is not going to come into existence. You cannot manifest something into existence. You have to act it into existence. You behave your way into existence. You have to be intentional with it. I can't just look in the mirror and tell myself, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And then it happens. You act, you make decisions. I also say make an irreversible decision. Make a decision that you can't back down on. Sign up to something. Sign up to the marathon. And then automatically you have to behave your way as someone who can run a marathon. Sign up for the dance class. Arrange the date, even if you're scared, even if you're nervous. Make the irreversible decision into the character, the identity, the story, the narrative that you want to be. You don't just become the person by thinking about it. You become the person through doing it. Your identity is built up by your actions. If you want to be that type of person, whatever that type of person you want to be, if you want the X result, you do not think your way there. You do not tell your friends your goals and you become that. It doesn't matter how excited you are. It doesn't matter how passionate you are. If you don't do it, if you don't take action, nothing happens and you stay the same and you're just a talker and you're just a dreamer. So self-talk is important, but positive self-talk comes from action. Don't overthink self-talk. Don't overthink manifestation. Take action and you force identity. Make irreversible decisions. And then the last thing I want you to look into is your environment. An environment is made up of two things: the people around you and the place that you're at. So people, as you all know, if you're in a room with five other millionaires, you're going to be the next millionaire. If you're in a room with five people laughing, you're going to be the fucking sixth person laughing. It'll just happen. If you're in a room with five people who are very, very sad, very, very emotional, you will get very sad and very emotional. So put yourself in the right places with the right people. And also, place can be your environment. Do you have a messy room? Maybe that's one of the reasons why you find it very, very hard to work in your room and you're procrastinating. If you're procrastinating doing something, go somewhere else. I have a coffee shop that I go to do deep work whenever I'm struggling to get focused. And I know, right, when I change the place, that is the place where I do deep work. You don't need to overthink it. You can make it as simple as it needs to be. And most of us just make self-improvement, growing ourselves, fitness, health, mindset. We make it so much harder than it actually needs to be. We big it up. And because we big it up, we never even start in the first place. And here's the best thing about not starting in the first place. If you don't start in the first place, you don't feel. And no one wants to be seen feeling. No one wants to be facing the embarrassment of failure. So most of us just do not start because we're afraid. But see, the person who does start and does fail, they learn off the back of the failure and they grow and they get better. They take lessons. They get wisdom. And before you know it, the people who are too afraid to start, the people that are too afraid to fail, are going to the person that has done it and asking, how do I do this without failing? Even though the person who has done it, the only reason they got there was because they fucking failed in the first place over and over and over again. And they were called an idiot and they looked stupid and they faced the hate and they went through it and they put the work in, the effort in. They went through the lonely chapter. They did the stuff. They faced the shit. They made the sacrifice that most people are not willing to make. And why? Because we care too much about what other people think when no one even cares. at all. Name the last 5 reels that you went across. They're probably trying their best, their absolute best to get your attention, and you don't even remember it. Most people who make reels spend hours. I mean, hours. You just scroll past a reel, you think, okay, it's just a reel. Most of these people are spending hours to try to get your attention. The people who create the algorithm, they're putting millions of pounds in investments in AI to actually hold your attention. And most of us scroll past it. And even if we do sit and we watch a full video, we don't remember. So why do you think they're going to remember you when you are seen feeling, when you lose, when you're embarrassed, when you ask the person for their number and they say no, when you upload on social media, when you start that business, when you go live, why do you think they're going to remember you? Most of you aren't going to remember this. Hopefully some of you do. Or maybe something I give you, you might remember. You might not even remember me. And I'm okay with that. As long as the advice lives on and you take action off this advice, that is my job done. But realize this, most people don't give a fuck. Same way you don't really care about anyone else out there that is embarrassing themselves. You shouldn't care about being embarrassed because it doesn't matter. We're in 200 years' time. This room I'm in right now, it's someone else is going to be in it. This person is going to have no idea who I am, who I was, what I did. Everything we do is insignificant. And no matter what you do, people will forget about you anyway. It's very hard to be remembered. So you shouldn't live your life to be remembered. You should live your life for you. You should live your life to make yourself proud, not to make other people proud. Just because your parents told you to do this course in uni, doesn't mean you have to do that course in uni. Just because your parents told you that, oh, you'd be good at this job, you wouldn't be good at that job. That doesn't mean you have to do the second job. Do the job you want. Do the job you want to try. And you know what? Try it and see if you fail. You learn. You gain wisdom. You realize what you don't want to do. Sometimes you need to invest in things that are shit. Sometimes you need to make the wrong decision and touch the stove to actually realize that it burns. We're afraid of failing. We should look for failure. Failure teaches us things that nothing else will teach us. There is a vast amount of wisdom online, a vast amount of wisdom. You can get the answer to any question at your fingertip, any question. And that's with reels, people educating each other. You can get access to different people. And, Instagram's gone. 2 seconds, TikTok. I'll continue on, but my Instagram's actually went off. So I go live on 2 platforms at once. And I do TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, but Instagram is off at the moment. See, I have an app called Opal. See if any of you struggle with scrolling, download the app Opal. It's really going to help you out. Instagram, I hope you can forgive me. Most people on Instagram left because they thought I've gave up. But 2 seconds, we're literally just waiting for Instagram to come back on, and then we're going to continue what we were talking about. All right, we are back. Where was I? I actually completely forget where I was. If anyone remembers, could they please say? Because I actually hate this whenever I completely forget whenever I'm like on a tangent and then boom, something happens. I completely forget. I'm gonna have to start doing Q&A if I actually can't remember what it was because I want to get back into flow. But as I was saying, I'm just trying to get back in flow here, but nobody is going to remember that thing. No one's going to remember when you fail. No one is going to remember when you upload that video. No one's going to remember when you say that thing, when you make that compliment. No one cares. No one remembers. Stop living your life for other people just because a teacher told you that you can't do something. That means absolutely nothing. Teachers don't have it all figured out. Parents don't have it all figured out. Your mentors, the people that you looked up to growing up, don't have it figured all out. That's actually one of the hardest things to go through whenever you've been looking up at someone your whole life. You've wanted to be like them, and you've actually realized that you want nothing similar to what they have, and they're not who you thought they were. So when you realize that fucking adults aren't really real, they're not. At the end of the day, we're all just kids doing it for the first time. So stop living your life for other people. Start living it for you. Take action. Feel forward. Learn. Stop being afraid. And even if you are afraid, do it anyway. Do it with the fear. The fear is normal. The confident person does not lack fear. The confident person feels fear, but they do it while feeling the fear. So yes, folks, thank you so much. I am going to answer any questions that have came through, and then we're going to wrap this up. We've got a question. Do you hate LGBT? I do not hate LGBT. I don't know if I give those vibes. Joseph has said, do you ever get a few pints with the lads? So at the moment, I'm actually off drink for 12 months. But the reason I actually went off drink was because I was drinking like basically every weekend from last May right up until November. Because there's always a different event on, a different birthday on, a different something different on. Like, and I didn't really get hangovers that bad, but I just realized that it still was holding me back. And sometimes we just naturally like get that urge to get drunk when we drink. And I just didn't like the fact that sometimes I would get that urge to get drunk, not having control. And I also want to just prove to myself that I can go a full year without alcohol. So I'm off alcohol at the moment. So at the moment, I do not get a few pints with the lads. Unfortunately, we can still go out for a coffee, still go out for a gym session, still go out and have the crack, go out for a walk, all of that. But yeah, no pints at the moment. Do you guys drink? Let me know. Yes, lad, get something booked and tell as many people as possible. Don't want to make you self daft. I don't really know. I don't really know what you're saying. Hey, Owen, my friend Manus Doyle is a huge fan of yours. Loves your courage. Thank you very, very much, Manus Doyle. I don't know. Someone said I'm a chip. Class. Someone said, how old are you? I am 21. To be honest, I'm 21. If anyone has a why do people think I hate the LGBT? I do not. What a random question. Do you hate LGBT? That is very, 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 very odd. If you have any questions, guys, ask away because I am going to park this up. If anyone also here is starting a fitness journey and they would like a meal plan or a set of meal plans sent over to them just to help them out for completely free, I send them out to people who follow me. So yeah, just message me on Instagram, message me the words meal plan, and I'll send you off a meal plan for completely free. It's not just one meal plan; it's meal plans with different ranges of calorie amounts and different options, just so then you have like a bit of flexibilities. You have a bit of flexibility as well, and yeah. Eamon Higgins wants to sign up. Beautiful, Dylan. Hope you're good. Hope you're well. Hope you are well. Eamon Higgins, some man. Yes, if you want a free meal plan, just send me off the word meal plan and I'll get you sorted. If we have any other questions, fire them over. If not, forever hold your peace. We're going to go. My Instagram is on 20% at the moment. So, yes, folks, thank you so much for coming on. Really appreciate you all. These lives have been doing so much better. If anyone doesn't know, because sometimes people just think I stream on one platform, I am on TikTok here. I'm on Instagram there. I'm on YouTube there. So I always go on 3 platforms at once, just in case you're wondering like why my face goes everywhere during the lives. Someone said, "Did you give a flower once in Dublin?" Lol. Yes, I did give a flower once in Dublin. I've done it multiple times. Why do you ask, Lydia? Did I give one to you? Let me know if I did. That'd be funny. Someone gave me a round flower in March. I don't know yeah, it probably was, to be honest. If any time between the periods of if you were in the city of Dublin or Belfast between November 2024 and March 2025, or else November 2025 and now, and something really, really strange has happened to you, something really random in public, it probably was me or else Niall Donnan. I go out with Niall Donnan. He's a client of mine. That kindness guy. It was probably one of us, to be honest. So yeah, and I was in Dublin in March. So yes, I hope you enjoyed that flower. I got it just for you, Lydia. Do you remember that trip to Albufeira? I do. Rory K. That trip to which I've been to Albufeira twice, have I? I've been to Albufeira once. I think I've been to Albufeira once. Yeah, I went to I know I went to Albufeira. It was in 2023. Owen McGinn hates the lock in your pass it on. What? Random. Someone asked me before, do you hate the LGBT? I don't hate the LGBT. I don't know where this is coming from. This is the part of the live. I was literally meant to leave like 5 minutes ago. This is the part of the live where I'm literally about to leave and people start commenting on TikTok, and then TikTok just becomes a complete and total war zone. People asking random questions. Emerald has said, "Do you have a boyfriend?" No, I do not have a boyfriend. Owen McGinn is the Messi of mass debating, brother. Thank you so much. Yeah, I only really like kind of started mass debating back in like school. I remember in sociology class, like the teacher would just bring up a topic, and then like there was like three boys in the class, and we would just like mass debate all the girls. It was mental. It was crazy, and the debates would just be about so much random stuff. Like we would just be talking about like I don't know. It was just massive things, but there was always a huge mass debate in sociology class in school. Like it was mad. The teacher would get involved, and yeah, just three lads, and we were always like all the feminists would come for us, but like at the end of the day, it's just a bit of a mass debate. So gotta keep it going. I frame pics a few mass debating in my room. Sometimes mass debate over them myself. Brother, you can't mass debate a photo. You have to debate someone in person. Lydia saying, yes, I was done in Dublin like first week of March 2025. I was walking to breakfast with my mom and was given the flower and thought it was so random, and then tried finding it on Instagram or TikTok. Lol. That's how I found your Instagram. Never seen the video. Disappointed. I think I know the video you're on about, Lydia. I can send it over to you now in a wee second if you do want me to send it over. I was in Dublin around that time. It probably was. It might not have been. Also, guys, if anyone here, now that there's a bunch of people on, I do free meal plans. I give out free meal plans just for people who want to get into fitness and want just a simple structure to help them, whether they're cutting or they're bulking. Just message me meal plan on Instagram. Straight after this live, I'm going to go on Instagram. I'm going to send people that personally, and make sure it's all sorted for 2026. Do not say I don't fucking take care of you guys. So yeah, if you want a free meal plan, message me. Meal plan. Someone said, how much do you make a month? Do I want to share that on social media? No. If you text me, I will answer, because I know like back when I wanted to get into like business and making money, I was very curious about it. So I do want to actually answer it for you, just if you're actually curious, want to help out. I just wouldn't put it on this because you never know who's listening. You never know who's listening. So I'm not going to say that out in the live. If you do actually want the answer, I will let you know. I'll tell you what I do and actually how I make it. I just if you want, then yeah, don't show your financial details. I know, definitely not. Lydia said I had curly hair. Lol. I'm not gonna lie, I can't remember it. I can't remember if I gave you a flower. But if I look into your profile in a wee second, I will see. I will see. Your Wi-Fi a bit dodgy, lot. Cheers. Uh, Owen McGinn shifting in the Rana Fast Hall. What? What? This is the time of night where TikTok just gets so weird. I normally do lives a bit earlier, but once you reach 12, I mean, I remember I did one at 12:15. Oh my god, the live was absolutely. It was disgusting. It was actually disgusting. Like it was a war crime in itself. Right. Do we have anything else in? Guys, if you have any other questions, I am going to shoot off now. Nah, I can remember you years ago from Gale Talk, lad. Oh yes, yes, yes. I went to Gale Talk. I didn't know what you meant by ran fast hall. I don't actually remember that, but no, I did go to Gale Talk back in, I don't know what year it was. It was probably like 2020, 2020 or 2019. No, 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 no. It would have been 2018. I believe it was 2018. I went to Gale Talk. I need to double check, but it was roughly 2018 because COVID then came 2020. So yeah, it would probably be roughly about that sort of thing. It's mad to believe how COVID was such a big deal, and now we're just sitting here like chilling. It's like it's nothing. Like people get COVID and they still go to work. I don't know. I just think that's so fucking random. Like, remember, you would have walked into somewhere, wore a mask. If you didn't wear a mask, you would get just penalized. I was in school at the time, and it was mad. It was crazy. We were in study, and we were so heavily scrutinized for what? for what? Like nothing came. Nothing came. Yeah, so guys, I'm going to shoot. I keep waffling on every time I'm going to shoot. If you would like a free meal plan or a set of free meal plans sent over to you to help you with your fitness journey, message me meal plan, just the words meal plan on Instagram, and I'll send those over to you. Also, I'm doing a self-growth event. I see Anna's actually on this call. I know, Anna, you're going to it. I'm doing a self-growth event here this Saturday. There's some tickets left. If you would like a ticket, link is in the bio. Or if you'd like more information, just send me a message and ask me whatever it is. Richard, if you would like a meal plan, don't put it into the live. Just send me the message on Instagram and I will send that over. I'm going to do it straight after this live so you can get a meal plan emailed over to you, completely free, sitting there, simple, ready to help you with your fitness journey for completely free. So yeah, folks, thank you so much for coming on. I will see you all very soon. Make sure to get your meal plan if you haven't already got one. Bye-bye. Instagram, see you later. Thank you. Goodbye. And YouTube, all the best. Bye-bye.